Welcome to Always Dad, where we discuss things like being present, being intentional, and showing up even whenever life is hard. It's not about being perfect, it's about being the kind of dad that you want to be. All right, let's jump into it. So today I want to start off with a question. I want to ask, what happens when dads aren't here? So the stats show that it's not that great. This by no means is putting down on single mothers or anybody who raises kids on their own. It just goes to show the importance of fathers. So let's read off some stats and then we'll kind of talk about it. I'll share my personal story. We'll go from there. So number one, let's talk about education. So kids without dads are 2 times more likely to drop out of school. They score lower on tests, mostly dealing with reading, math, and critical thinking. They increase the chance of repeating grades. So having a dad in the house absolutely correlates to just better education, things like that. And again, this is by no means putting down on the single mothers out there, because I was raised by a single mother. So I'm not gonna talk bad about that. I feel like I turned out just right. Number 2, let's talk about mental and emotional health. And again, these are stats that have been just studied over and over again. Doesn't mean that it's always 100%, but it's overwhelmingly what happens. So again, number 2, mental and emotional health. Kids without fathers, they're more likely to develop depression, anxiety, and have low self-worth. Boys are more prone to aggression, and girls are more prone to early sexual activity and emotional struggles. Those two, man, those hit pretty hard. Those last ones for sure. My goodness. So I grew up without a dad. Part of my story is going to be about that. And I can absolutely attest to the low self-worth. I was pretty fortunate. My mom was fantastic. She did a great job with the tools that she had, and just doing what she could do to help raise me and my sister in the best way possible. That one about girls being more prone to early sexual activity and emotional struggles, I feel like we all kind of know that, and that's also it's really unfortunate. People make jokes about daddy issues, things like that, and it's really unfortunate that's kind of become a joke because it's a very serious thing, and it's quite unfortunate, to be honest. Number 3, kids without present fathers are 4 times more likely to grow up in poverty. 90% of homeless and runaway youth came from fatherless homes. The financial strain isn't all about just money. It affects emotional safety too. So again, being present is more important than being perfect. I say that in all my videos, pretty much everything I post, that statement is always going to be in there. So number 4, crime and risky behavior. 85% of youth in prison came from father-absent homes. So again, being present is important. More likely to abuse drugs, alcohol, and engage in unsafe sex. A higher chance of getting caught in cycles of violence. So those are just some of the short stats there that just kind of show the importance of a present father. So real quick, a little bit about me. I grew up in a home that didn't have a dad there all the time. We would see him every other weekend. Sometimes he wouldn't show up for reasons that I'm not necessarily going to name, but he had his struggles as well. And as a boy, I grew up, some of my best friends, man, they had fantastic fathers. I can't express, there were times where I really was jealous, man. I would see their dads coming to their games, doing things like this. They'd go out and they'd hunt with their dads. They'd go paintballing with their dads. They'd do all these kind of cool things that really I didn't have the opportunity to do. So it's part of the reason as soon as I had my first son that regardless of what life may throw at me, I am going to be present in their life, and I don't want them to have to regret those kind of things or miss out. That doesn't mean I'm always going to be perfect. I'm not always going to give them everything they want. I guarantee there's still times right now where they probably get jealous of someone else's of life, because that's just part of it. That's part of life for sure. But I witnessed also the effects that not having a dad it can have on me from a low self-worth standpoint. I saw the issues it had with my sister. Now, I didn't necessarily have the things that I read off there, but I mean, low self-worth is a big one. And again, my mother was fantastic. So, it wasn't where she failed, it was where he did. So, again, she didn't fail. that just goes to show having a present dad that doesn't fail is very important. In my other videos, I've talked about failing, and I don't mean failure in a bad sense all the time, but here I do mean it as a failure. So again, when you fail, we're all gonna fail over and over again. You have to keep pushing forward, and that's a sign of actually not being a failure. So failing doesn't make you a failure, but stopping growing, I guess you could say, that's where you become a failure, in my opinion. So again, I'm not really sharing these stats to scare anybody. It just goes to show that being a present dad is incredibly important. Again, and presence matters, not perfection. I'm not always going to be perfect for my kids. Y'all aren't always going to be perfect for y'all's kids. There's going to be times where we snap. There's going to be times where we're just not emotionally there, man. But we have to keep on and keep being present for them and break the trend, man. We need these stats to get so much lower. And it's one of those things where I'll never wrap my head around a father who doesn't want to be there for their kids. I know there's always situations where, if divorce happens, the wife takes the kids, or so forth and so on. Certain men have jobs that they have to work off all the time. They're in the military, things like that. That's different. But just the dads who just actively choose to not be part of their kid's life, it's just wild. So I'm making these videos to help people. I want to reach out to dads that have troubles. I want to have open discussions with folks and just kind of see what opinions are and see if we can help people grow, be an open forum for guys to kind of talk about things, the struggles that we go through, whether it be depression, anxiety, the feeling of just being inadequate regarding jobs, all those kind of things. I hope that these videos reach out and open up discussions so dads feel safe to not hold things in anymore and to just be better for the people that matter to us. So that's really all I have for today. It's gonna be a short video. I'm hoping that Anthony, me and him shot a couple episodes, and I just got to get those from him. So I hope to post those soon. If you can, again, like and subscribe. Hit the little bell so you can see any new videos that are posted, and comment. Give me some feedback. Let's have some open talks, and God bless. Peace.